Hi everyone. I'm making preparations for my solstice ritual tonight. I just got finished charging or charging a gift for my boyfriend for solstice, and now I'm getting ready to make my God candle for the solstice ritual. And I wanted to sort of show you what I do, or I did last year, and I'm going to do again this year. Last year for Yule, I bought this red jar candle. It had a candle in it, obviously, but it's all burned down. So I had this jar candle for my Yule ritual last year, and I burned some of it, and then every Sabbath after that, for the entire year, I burned a little bit more of it. So basically, this becomes my God candle for all of the Sabbath rituals throughout the year. And then on Samhain, because that's the Sabbath that I view as the final death and harvest of the God, I let it burn down all the way. And then on Yule, I make a new candle, and this will be my new candle. I tried to find one exactly the same as I did here, and usually I can find these at my grocery store, but the only ones that I could find that were red or even yellow like I wanted were the really tall ones, the really large ones, and I needed something a little bit smaller because I don't usually burn it a whole lot for each Sabbath. So I wanted one exactly like this, but I couldn't find one. Um, I just found the ones that are, and actually the ones that they did have were clear jars with colored candles in them. But I couldn't find one exactly like that. It kind of bummed me out. So what I did is I bought a candle, um, a cinnamon spice candle. This one that I used last year was unscented. Uh, but this one I used a cinnamon spice candle because that's all I could find. I couldn't find a regular red candle. Um, and so what I did is I just melted down the wax and put it into a jar and stuck the wick down in there and made sure that it stayed straight while it was melting. Uh, and just repurposed a salsa jar that I had. So this is what I'm going to do. In order to make this candle special, and in order to make this candle represent this reincarnation of the sun god, what I do is at midsummer, I prepare an oil for, well, a sun oil. And I infuse it by the sun, and it has cinnamon, and which is one reason I chose the cinnamon spice candle. Um, it has cinnamon and some other spices, all stuff you could readily find around the house or in your kitchen probably. It's the same, it's the recipe out of Scott Cunningham's book, Incense Oils and Brews, for sun oil, but I used a little bit of a substitution, but I don't remember what it was. I have it written down somewhere. So this is the sun oil that I made this past midsummer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to anoint this candle with the oil. Now, this is a jar candle. I can't really take it out and rub the oil all over it. So what I do is use a skewer, have this metal skewer, and I keep this in my drawer with all my candles so that I can do this for any jar candle that I have. It's really good. And then the end of it is so pointed that I can use it to carve with. So if I need to carve any candles, I use this. I also have a stylus from a ceramics class that I use also for inscribing candles, but this works really well. Just get yourself one skewer. I don't know why I had one skewer laying around. It was in a box that my boyfriend's sister had given to me with a whole bunch of kitchen stuff in it and had one skewer. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. So here's my jar candle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and put it in the wax and drill it straight down. And I'm going to do this for my candle, for my purposes, 4 times. One in each of the 4 corners of the candle. Okay, so what I did is I just filled each of those 4 holes with this oil, and there's a little bit sitting on top. That's okay. You don't want it flooded at the top, but you want it to kind of soak in. Now, if you get a jar candle, a manufactured jar candle like this, these are usually pretty easy to push a skewer into. This one was a little bit more difficult because it was actually a pillar candle that I had remelted and tried to stick in a jar. I like having it in a jar for my purposes. That way it's easy to use during the ritual and I can store it easily between Sabbats. So yeah, that's my God candle. And I can decorate the jar if I want to. I probably will. I don't know yet. So this is my jar candle. This is my sun candle for the Yule ritual and also for all my Sabbats next year. So blessed be.